Royal Highness, can I just ask, do you support Prince Andrew?
So I can't hear you.
Do you support Prince Andrew? Have you spoken to him
We're going to
recently?
move on now.
Have you spoken to him recently?
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
You have destroyed this family, and you will pay for that. That's the line insiders claim Prince William shouted during a heated confrontation with Prince Andrew the very day the latest Epstein-related files were released. According to sources familiar with the exchange, the arguments erupted behind closed palace doors just hours after new material surfaced, showing Andrew in previously unseen photos connected to Jeffrey Epstein's circle. For William, the moment wasn't just another scandal. It was the breaking point. Since the renewed wave of scrutiny surrounding Andrew, William has reportedly put strict measures in place to ensure his uncle has absolutely no pathway back into royal life. No duties, no appearances, no symbolic roles, and most importantly, no return to Buckingham Palace in any official capacity. Insiders say William has made it clear Andrew will never again represent the crown. The reason, according to those close to the future king, is simple. William understands that one day the monarchy will rest entirely on his shoulders. He believes standards must be enforced now, not later. Andrew, in his view, has become a dark shadow hanging over the institution, a constant reminder of scandal that threatens to stain the palace's legacy for generations. This latest escalation follows renewed public outrage after documents tied to Jeffrey Epstein resurfaced, including photographs allegedly placing Prince Andrew in questionable social settings linked to Epstein's network. While Andrew has long denied any wrongdoing and previously stepped back from public duties, the release of new material has reignited anger. Andrew has responded defensively. In private statements relayed through allies, he has reportedly insisted there is an explanation for everything. He claims he was misled, that Epstein tricked him, that he had no knowledge of criminal behavior, and is completely innocent of any wrongdoing. According to those close to Andrew, he feels targeted and unfairly vilified, but critics aren't buying it. Many argue that if Andrew truly had explanations, they should have been offered clearly and forcefully years ago, not after each new file release drags his name back into headlines. The delay, in their view, looks like damage control rather than transparency. The palace, insiders say, shares that frustration. While King Charles has maintained a reserved public stance, William's patience appears to have evaporated. According to multiple sources, the confrontation between William and Andrew was not subtle. It was intense. Voices were raised. Accusations were heard. William reportedly accused Andrew of bringing irreversible damage upon the family and jeopardizing the monarchy's credibility at a time when public trust is already fragile. One insider described William as visibly furious, saying the future king believes Andrew's continued presence, even in private royal spaces, undermines the standards he wants to set. He sees Andrew as a liability, the source said, not just legally, but symbolically. The symbolism matters. For decades, the British monarchy has survived by projecting stability, duty, and moral authority. Andrew's association with Epstein punctured that image in a way few scandals ever have. Even though Andrew stepped back from public duties years ago, his continued proximity to royal life remains controversial. William reportedly believes distance is no longer enough. There must be a definitive break. Sources say new internal protocols have been quietly enacted to limit Andrew's access to key royal properties and events. Buckingham Palace in particular is said to be off-limits in any capacity that could imply ongoing royal standing. The message is unmistakable. The era of quiet containment is over. Andrew's defenders argue that he has already paid a heavy price. He lost military titles, patronages, public duties. He settled a civil lawsuit without admitting wrongdoing. To them, the continued ostracization feels excessive. They say Andrew deserves the opportunity to explain himself fully. But William's camp reportedly sees it differently. From their perspective, the monarchy cannot afford ambiguity. Public confidence is fragile. Every new headline involving Andrew reopens wounds and invites renewed scrutiny. William, aware that he will eventually inherit the throne, appears determined to draw a firm line before that responsibility becomes his. The argument reportedly escalated when Andrew suggested the family should stand united against media attacks. William allegedly rejected that framing outright, telling his uncle that this was not about the press. It was about accountability. "You have destroyed this family," he reportedly said, "and you will pay for that." Whether those were the exact words or a paraphrased account, the sentiment is clear. William no longer sees Andrew as merely problematic. He sees him as damaging. Public reaction to the latest developments has been swift. Many commentators argue that William's hard stance reflects generational change within the monarchy, that a willingness to confront scandal directly rather than manage it quietly. Others question whether the palace should have acted more decisively years ago. Andrew, meanwhile, remains adamant that he is innocent. He continues to maintain that any association with Epstein was misjudged, but not criminal. Allies insist he is deeply hurt by William's hostility and feels abandoned by parts of the family. But the broader public mood appears unforgiving. Critics argue that Andrew's infamous television interview years ago severely undermined his credibility. His explanations were widely criticized as evasive. Each new development since has only deepened skepticism. William's reported decision to permanently exclude Andrew from Buckingham Palace duties signals a new chapter. It suggests that when William becomes king, the monarchy will operate under stricter ethical expectations and that even blood ties will not override institutional survival. There is also a practical dimension. With King Charles managing his own health concerns and public responsibilities, William is increasingly stepping into leadership territory. Insiders say he wants to demonstrate that he is prepared to make difficult decisions, even when they involve family. What happens next remains uncertain. Andrew may continue to defend himself. Legal experts note that being photographed in questionable contexts is not proof of wrongdoing. But in the court of public opinion, perception often outweighs nuance. The damage, many argue, has already been done. For William, the priority is clear. Protect the future of the crown. The monarchy has weathered wars, abdications, divorces, and scandals before. But the modern era is less forgiving. Social media amplifies every controversy. Transparency is demanded and silence is often interpreted as complicity. That be why reportedly confronting Andrew Heaton and enforcing a strict separation. William is signaling that he intends to lead differently. No quiet sidelining. No ambiguous half measures. Andrew, once a prominent royal figure, now finds himself further isolated than ever. The palace walls may still stand, but insiders say one door has definitively closed, and if William's reported words are any indication, it won't be reopening anytime soon.